In this video, we're going to show you how you can make your own Christmas decorations from wood using a scroll saw. Our first project, nice simple one to get started. The only real difficulty with this is you're working with a thicker piece of wood. That's going to require a little bit more patience, so you're going to have to go a little bit more slowly to allow that blade to do the work for you. As well, it helps with doing a project when you're working on a thicker piece of wood to have a new blade. So you've got a good sharp blade to cut it all out for you. As you can see, we've started off by marking out. We've drawn on the paper our star shape first of all. We then transfer it onto the wood using carbon paper, cut that outline. Afterwards, we put a mark with the spike. Reason we do that is to mark our center, because the cutter then, it will use that. You can just use the little recess in the middle of the cutter to line up with where you've marked with the spike, and that makes sure that you get your cut for your candle that your candle will sit into right in the center of your candle holder. Our second scroll saw project is to make simple Christmas tree decorations. Now this one here, great project, this one, ideal for any of you who are just starting out. Get an image or draw an image of whatever design you want to include. You can then transfer that drawing onto the wood using carbon paper, cut out the design on your scroll saw, sand it, shellac it, put a tassel on the top, and you've got yourself a unique, handmade Christmas tree decoration. Some thoughts on this one as well. If you stick together two thinner pieces of wood, you can actually make two Christmas tree decorations at the same time. It's a great project. We do all sorts of different styles and all different shapes. Really can add something unique to your own Christmas tree, or if you're looking for gift items to sell, yeah, they're really popular for hanging on the Christmas tree. You can do anything from baubles, snowmen, Santa, candy canes. You've got the angel. You'll see all sorts that we do. But a great little project to get started. And you can also use scrap bits of wood that are too small to make anything else from. Our third item is a little bit of a variation on the Christmas tree decoration, because this time what we're doing is to make a wall decoration. This is geared towards being hung on the wall, and it could be put in place over the festive period, over the Christmas time. It could be put up on a wall to replace, say for instance, a picture. Now what you do, again, you get your design. In this case, we're doing a Christmas tree with the star on the top. You'll see we drill a hole at the top. That is going to be used to, again, put a tassel on so you can hang your Christmas tree wall decoration. We also drill a few holes inside the design. The reason for this, afterwards we'll actually put some coloured lace or whatever you've got available, and it creates the effect of tinsel. So it looks like tinsel going round the Christmas tree. We also have those bauble shapes on the tree itself. And all you do then, you cut out your outline again, sand it smooth, shellac your item, and it's ready to go on the wall. So that is our third item, is a wall decoration. A little bit of a variation on the tree ones, a little bit larger, a similar project, but a different idea that you might want to have a go at. Our fourth item is a slightly more complex skill. It's a nativity scene inside a surround, and it's inspired almost by a jigsaw style. So the idea is all of the items interlock, so it stays together as one piece that you can pick up, or you can display it separately. The way we display it is by pushing the outside background back, and the background inside the stable, we also push that back as well, and the stable and the figures of Mary, Joseph and the baby Jesus, we actually bring them forward. Just creates more of a sort of three-dimensional look to the scene. Some things that you've got to remember then, you've got to make sure that the different parts, so for instance the stable, you have the outside parts of the stable and the star at the top. They lock into that outside surround. The background that's inside the stable, it's actually got two notches at the top, and again that allows it to lock into that stable surround so it doesn't fall out. Equally then, the image of Mary, Joseph and Jesus, they are actually wider at the top than at the bottom, so again they will actually interlock, so it'll all stay together as one unit. So as you can see, the process for making this item, mark it all out on paper, so draw it all out first of all to get your design right, transfer that design onto the wood using carbon paper. You then cut it all out using your scroll saw, sand it all down, and again 3 coats of shellac, sand and sealer. Our final project is a salt and pepper holder to be put on the Christmas table for dinner. It's a little bit different to the first 3 projects because you've got internal cuts, and this example is the 3 wise men and a star. They're following that star there. And the 3 wise men, instead of having them solid in wood, they actually are silhouetted. So this project, whilst we're demonstrating to use it as a salt and pepper holder, or you can use it as a spice rack, something like that, it would also be really effective as a different style of candle holder, because that silhouette, the candlelight shines through, and it really is quite effective. To make this one then, you mark it all out on the wood using carbon paper after you've done your drawing again. Cut it out using the scroll saw, but before you get to the scroll saw, you have to drill those holes because we're doing internal cuts this time. So for anyone new to scroll sawing, a little bit different, in some ways a little bit more difficult because you're not cutting around the outside of the design, you're actually now working internally. Cut that silhouette out of the 3 wise men. The star, we've actually gone in from the top, so you don't need to drill a hole for that one there. Just go in from the top and cut the outline out again. Sand it all up, 3 coats of shellac sand and sealer. We cut those recesses in the piece of wood that actually forms the base. You mark that out with a spike. You use your cutter again just to cut a little recess so either your candles or your salt and pepper, they can sit into that recess. This one is actually made in 2 parts. The piece of wood, you can see where we put the 2 recesses in, they form the base of your holder. And the silhouette then of the 3 wise men, that is actually either the front or the back, however you want to use it. So you glue those 2 pieces together before shellacking your salt and pepper holder. As we mentioned a couple of times, this is the final part of the process, shellacking your finished items. We use shellac sand and sealer. There's all sorts of different methods that you can use for finish. If you use a different method of finish, brilliant, use it. Use whatever suits you. That's just what we recommend. If you want to know more about then the finishing of items, we've got other videos that are dedicated to the process of using shellac sand and sealer. There you have it. 5 Christmas decorations in wood using a scroll saw. Hopefully that's been useful. We hope you've all enjoyed seeing those projects being made. If you're thinking of having a go at making any of them and you need any help or advice, remember you can put that in the comments section below. As always, we'll be back again soon with more videos, and we hope that you all have a cracking Christmas. Thank you all again.